have to cry to get love. You don't have to cry to get love. Just reach out your arms and ask for love. You don't have to cry to get love. You don't have to war to get peace. You don't have to war to get peace. Just offer to trade something you've made. You don't have to war to get peace. You don't have to cry to get love. You don't have to war to get peace. You don't have to kill to rule hate. You don't have to kill to rule hate. Just put down your arms and say I won't kill. You don't have to kill to rule hate. Don't have to die to be free. You don't have to die to be free. Just reach out with love to you and me. You don't have to die to be free. You don't have to cry to get love. You don't have to war to get peace. You don't have to kill to rule hate. You don't have to die to be free. You don't have to cry to get love. You don't have to cry to get love. Just reach out your arms and ask for love. Don't have to cry to get love.
Holding back the power in this room right now, rising up as a force of love so high it can't come down. Every soul is a soul on fire, burning bright with the light of life. Here we are, open wide, there's no place we can hide. We sing out, we sing. are lifted up. We are lifted up higher. Love in the words we say. Peace.
Hey, better greeter. We need a better greeter. Are you on the board? Trying to get rid of this greeter. Substandard greeter. How you doing? Yeah, we're going to. Oh, look who is. One of our favorite people. Oh, I was just going to tell them we're heading to Cooper next week. Cooper. That's the hot springs. The hot springs. It's right across from the city. Right here. Right. You have to go to the walk. Yeah, it's cool. Hot springs. It's the party.
Good morning, Columbine. Welcome to Unity Columbine Spiritual Center, where, centered in God, we celebrate a world of harmony, peace, and abundance for all. Please join in our first joy song, led by our beloved Denise Rosier. Stand up.
Good morning, everybody. We have come together as a family. We have come here as we are. Yes, we have. And we have come of praise. Spirit's in this place. Let's sing that together one more time. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. Let's just checking to see if you're singing.
And now is the time that we welcome our children. Please come on up. Make space, make space. We will sing a joy. We will welcome the children, bless them out, and then sing a second joy song, and then we'll go into the rest of the service. So, Jeannie, tell us what's happening today.
Good morning, Columbine. So all the kids can come up with me. Today is Monster Day, just so you guys all know. Thank you, Mateo, for telling us. That is great. We'll celebrate the monster inside of us. There's all kinds of different monsters, but yeah. Okay. Monster costumes when you get home, okay? All right, I think we're good. So today we are gonna go down, and we had another curriculum, but we're gonna do that a little later. We were gonna do our rockets, but the launcher broke, so we're gonna do that in a couple weeks. So we are just going to do all kinds of different things that we do downstairs and kind of have a lot of fun. So you can bless us out.
Spirit, we are beautiful. Spirit, we are beautiful. Here in the light that surrounds us, we are beautiful. Spirit, we are powerful. Spirit, we are powerful. Trusting in the mind that guides us, we are powerful. Spirit, we are bountiful. Spirit, we are bountiful. Thank you for the life that sustains us. We are bountiful. Spirit, we are beautiful. Spirit, we are beautiful. Here in the light that surrounds us, we are beautiful. Spirit, we are powerful. Spirit, we are powerful. Spirit, we are powerful. Trusting in the mind that guides us, we are powerful. Spirit, we are bountiful. Spirit, we are bountiful. Thank you for the life that sustains us. We are bountiful. Spirit. Spirit. Let's say that one more time. Spirit.
Morning, Is it on? Okay. No? There. Okay. Good morning, Columbine. I'm Melanie Piazza, and I am proud today to be the board member on duty. And I get to introduce Denise, although I don't really know if she needs an introduction. We love and know her so well here. And also her voice just tells us so much about who she is. However, this is a lot of juicy stuff that we do have to share. So Denise Rosier is an award-winning singer-songwriter, producer, and recording artist. Her original music has been released in 7 solo studio albums and can also be heard on New Thought music compilations and on television. In addition to winning 11 Positive Music Awards, Denise is the first artist to successfully introduce New Thought music to the larger inspirational music audience by winning 2 nominations for the Best Contemporary Christian Gospel Album at the Independent Music Awards in 2016 and 2019. Denise was honored to receive the 2023 Grace Note Award from the Unity Worldwide Ministries for lifetime achievement in positive and inspirational music. Her newest album, Higher, was released in January 2024. Please give your warmest welcome to Denise Rosier.
Thank you. Gosh, I am so glad to be back here. I think it's probably been a year since I saw you last. So I am really happy to be here this morning with you. I get to share music. I get to share the message. And after this service, we'll take a quick 30-minute break, and then I will be back in here again to do a really short concert for you, play some new music for you. I don't really get to play concerts out in this area, so I'll be really happy to have that time with you this morning. Thank you for coming and spending this time with me. Thank you to everybody online, and thank you, Reverend Sue, for giving me this spot on Sunday morning to share with you. Usually when I do concerts, you get to hear all of the stories behind the songs. But it isn't very often that we get to just kind of talk to each other and have a conversation and get to know each other. And so that's why I like to do these messages on Sunday morning. It's my chance to kind of share with you something I've learned. And the last time I was here, I shared with you a lesson that I learned in courage. And that was illustrated by the first man to cross Niagara Falls on a tightrope. And this morning, I get to share with you something that I learned about recognizing the goodness of God and how important our perspective is and our attitude is, and just our willingness to see that goodness. And I think that, while I think we all know that our thoughts are creative, or our attitude and just the way that we experience things or approach certain things that hit us in our lives makes such a difference in how we're going to walk away with it, or the lessons that we're going to learn. But sometimes, if we run into an experience or a conversation, it makes such a difference in how that message gets brought home to me. And so I'm going to tell you this lesson that I learned in goodness and perspective through this story that I call the parable of the Yorkies. And it was because of a conversation that I had with my mom when I was on a hike, and she called to tell me that one of her dogs had died. And it
This particular conversation happened not long after I released my Everyday album, and I had just written this song called Everyday that was this listing of goodness and the wonderful things that we can see around us every day. So I'm going to sing this song for you first and just kind of tell you how it weaves into this lesson. Tiny drops of water bouncing on my roof, drumming out a song of love, pounding out the truth. You send them to remind me, one for every blessing on me, and oh, they keep coming, overflowing. Every day your goodness finds me, every day your heart beats true. I'm alive in the light and the glory, amazed by the sight of you. This love is everlasting, and you find a way to show me every day. Of freeway traffic, in the hush of the sunset, you get my attention, I'm listening. It's a private conversation, you and I in a one vibration, and oh, it moves me. It's so amazing. Every day your goodness finds me, every day your heart beats true. I'm alive in the light and the glory, amazed by the sight of you. This love is everlasting, and you find a way to show me every day. Every day, every day. When I wrote the song Every Day, it was to illustrate how God's fingerprints show up in mundane, everyday things in our lives. So at any moment, we can see or feel or experience that affirms for us that the goodness of God, the unlimited goodness of God, surrounds us every day. And that is going to lead us into our affirmation. If we could all say it together. Every day, goodness finds me. My goodness is unlimited. Can we say that together again? Every day, goodness finds me. My good is unlimited. So again, we can look around and we can experience that unlimited goodness of God. So for example, right, we can stand outside with a cup of coffee in the morning and take in the beauty of the sunrise. Or we could be sitting in our cars in the middle of rush hour traffic and hear this song that lifts up our souls from the inside out. And we're sitting in there in this quiet of our car, and there's all this chaos around us, but all of a sudden we find ourselves dropping into this feeling of holiness. Or we could stand on the shore of the ocean and marvel at the power and the beauty of it. Or maybe we think that it comes to us in some vivid dream or in some answered prayer. Every day, your goodness finds me. And I think that I felt it and I believed it, but one of the things that I noticed when I was writing this song was that it's important for us to recognize it. All of this goodness can come to us, but we need to be the ones who recognize it, who make room for it, and allow it into our lives. And the reason why that's so important is because it shapes the way that we think and live. And the way that we think and live, right, influences how we are going to experience our lives on a day-to-day basis. So when I wrote this first verse, tiny drops of water bouncing on my roof. We could take that slide down. Tiny drops of water bouncing on my roof. You send them to remind me, one for every blessing on me, and they keep coming, overflowing. And actually last night, I think for us and probably for you, that really kind of was illustrated for me because we had a rainstorm like you would not believe last night. And so when I thought about the 2-hour drive that we had coming up here from Colorado Springs, my attitude could have been markedly different. It could have been tiny drops of water pounding on my roof. That sound drives me insane, and it will ruin all the plans that I have tomorrow. Every day! Right? But our perspective makes such a difference. It's the same rain, the same house, the same roof, the same universe, the same me. But my attitude will make such a difference in how I experience that day. So, understanding the goodness of God is always around us, and our willingness to keep our mind pointed toward that goodness really hit home for me one day when I was out in the mountains hiking, and my mom called me. And normally I would not answer the phone, but it's your mom, so you have to answer the phone. And I'm so glad that I did, because I could not have predicted the unbelievable life lesson that was about to unfold. And it unfolded in 2 different ways. In one way, it was in the story, and in another way, it was in the storyteller. And so I called this the parable of the Yorkies, and this is why. So a little bit of background. For the last 35 years, my mom has always had Yorkshire Terriers. Always 2. And the only thing that ever changed about those 2 were their names, and I kid you not, the degree to which they smelled. But if you saw a picture of my mom from the 80s with her dogs, you would think that my mom had aged and these same dogs were 35 years old. So this current set is Muffin and Lucy. And Muffin is this little ball of joy. If you call him, his ears perk up, and he runs toward you, and he might take a break to scratch himself or sniff something or chase the cat or whatever. If you have dogs, you know kind of how that is. And I don't know what kind of thoughts dogs have, but I swear to you, Muffin does not have one negative thought. He's so excited, and he's so happy, and he's so in the moment. Lucy is skittish, and she's jealous of Muffin. And she will hoard her food and growl at Muffin while she's eating. And so what happens is, whenever my mom wants to give them a snack, my mom has to give Lucy one first and just kind of keep Muffin away. And then Muffin can come over and get his snack. So she rarely did anything herself. Whenever you would see Lucy, she was always on the lookout for what Muffin was doing. Is he getting something that I want? Is he getting attention that I'm not getting? And so one day, my mom was going to give them a snack. And of course, Muffin just sat there. He knew it was snack time. He knew that it was going to come to him, and so he just sat there and waited. Lucy got her snack and immediately got really just weird about it. So she started growling, and the next thing that my mom knew, Lucy had choked, and she died. And it was so, my mom was telling me this story, and the more that I thought about their personalities, the more it kind of actually didn't surprise me that that happened to Lucy. But what did surprise me was what my mom said next. And she said, here's the lesson that God showed me. You can die at any time. You never know when it's going to come, and so your soul should be ready. And I thought, I don't think that's the lesson at all. What really came to me was the parable of the dogs. Lucy lived every single day of her life living in fear and lack. She was constantly afraid that whatever good was coming to her was going to be taken away at any moment. And she lived that way her whole life. In fact, she lived that way right up until she died, and that was the thing that actually killed her. And I said to my mom, you're the provider of everything for these two. Does it ever occur to you to give something to Muffin and not give it to Lucy? In their little universe, does Lucy ever have a reason to think that she's not going to get the good that's coming to her? And imagine the quality of her life. Every morning, she woke up running interference when she could have woken up and lived her life knowing that her good was coming to her, that there was enough for both her and Muffin. That there was never this situation that arose where Muffin was given something and she wasn't. Muffin lives every single day as if he knows he's blessed. And he's still living that way today. He is so abundant in snacks that we call him Beryl. He is still receiving, and he's still happy, and he is going to live in that flow until his final day. It was two dogs, the same house, the same circumstances, but two different ways of being in the world that yielded two distinctly different qualities of life. And then what was really wild was after I pulled back a little bit, I saw that my mom and I had become kind of this Muffin and Lucy situation. And it was all around attitude. So my mom was focused on Lucy, and she saw Lucy's story as this warning, this admonition that at any moment you could run out of time and you were going to be subject to some final judgment, and you had to constantly be aware of whether you were keeping yourself in check. And what I got out of the story was Muffin's whole vibe on life. And I thought, gosh, my good is specifically for me. It can't be transferred to somebody else. It's not going to get used up. It's not going to get taken away. What my good is mine, somebody else's is theirs. And so I don't need to look over my shoulder or live constantly wondering if somebody else is getting something that I want, because mine is coming. The universe is abundant, right? It holds enough for everybody. And so I thought, gosh, well, I guess I don't really need to be focused on fear that my life or my opportunities or my sense of well-being could be limited or taken away. And so I'm not going to hoard myself emotionally or socially, not being willing to give any of that out, because if I give it out or I help, then I've used up some of the good in my life. All of that restriction, right, would choke me, would choke the goodness in my life, would choke the experience of my life. And there it was, my mom and I, two people, the same scenario, the same story, the same opportunity to translate that story. But how differently did we step back to our lives after that phone call? We could pull up that slide. Psalm 145:16 says, God, you open up your hands and satisfy the desire of every living thing. And there is Christy with Muffin. Every day your goodness finds me. Every day your heart beats true. I'm alive in the light and the glory and amazed by the sight of you. This love is everlasting, and you find a way to show me every day. God will find a million ways to remind us that we are loved and supported and abundant. It can be materially. It could be in the simplicity of raindrops that count out our blessings. It could be in the well-timed phone call from somebody to lift us up, and we really needed it. They didn't know it, but that blessing came to us. It could be reassurance or an affirmation. It can be in the wisdom of animals. The question is, are we willing to recognize it? Are we willing to make room for it? Are we willing to allow it to seep in and fill in all of those spaces where we might be a Lucy instead of a Muffin? And so one of the things that I want to invite you to do is when you wake up in the morning, think about whether or not you've woken up as a Muffin or a Lucy. When you see that sunrise out there, do you immediately go, yep, there's the sunrise. There is God celebrating my life once again. Every single morning, that sun comes up, God's celebrating me. Or do you see that sunrise and you think about all of the irritating things that await you that day? Am I a Muffin or a Lucy? And here's one more thing. You can actually be the source of goodness, right? It's not just all of these external things. You can be that thing that shows up as goodness in somebody else's life. Because every single one of us knows a Lucy. That Lucy might be in our family. That Lucy might be a coworker or a neighbor. We all know that person who wants to spend so much time sharing with us all the things that have gone wrong, all of the problems that they have, all of the reasons why these things aren't going to turn around. The way that you get to be the source of goodness is you could be the person that plants that seed in how to recognize goodness, recognizing it, and all of a sudden I can't think, making room for it and allowing it in their lives. And maybe it's not going to be something that they think about right at the time, but they will walk away from that going, am I a muffin or a Lucy? Oh my gosh, I think I'm a Lucy today. We are all sometimes muffins and Lucy's. So let's say our affirmation one more time together. If we could bring that up. Every day, goodness finds me. My good is unlimited. And what we're going to do from here is I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. We're going to flow into our meditation and take a deep breath. And let's take another deep breath and let it out. Feel supported by the chair that's beneath you and the floor under your feet. You are supported by these walls around you, supported by that person sitting right next to you, wishing you well. You're wishing them well. And as you take a deep breath, think to yourself one more time, every day goodness finds me. My good is unlimited. Every day goodness finds me. My good is unlimited. You are sitting in the middle of the very essence of good itself. Feel it enfolding you. Feel it whispering words of love to you. And right now, I just invite you to listen as it shares the ways goodness has shown up in your life this week. And as you are taken through all of those different scenarios, all of those different experiences, in your mind, picture yourself writing it down or saving a little snapshot of it. When you need to be reminded of God's goodness, close your eyes and read your notes or look at that picture. And now I want to invite you to take a moment to think of someone you know who needs to be reminded that goodness finds them every day. Who needs to be lifted up right now? Who needs that reminder? And be a source of goodness for them right here and right now. Hold them in your heart and say their name in our affirmation. Every day, goodness finds you. Your good is unlimited. God is goodness. You are goodness. You live in the heart of goodness. And while you spend a little bit of time in reflection, I'm going to sing this song for you and just be with those words. Be with your time. Be with this moment of reflection. I am goodness, grace beyond measure. I am peace, here and now. I am wholeness, thriving perfection. I am love. I am love. I am life, free and abundant. I am joy, awakened and wild. I am spirit, open and boundless. I am love. I am love. I am spirit, open and boundless. I am love. I am love.
And so, recognizing the goodness of this moment, recognizing the blessing of spiritual community, recognizing that right where we are, God is always and in all ways. We hold tight to that lesson of Muffin and Lucy today. We carry it with us as we go forward out into this world, knowing that and recognizing that however we show up, we are always God's greatest gift to itself. That truth does not change. But the gift that has been instilled in us this morning is the power to recognize that truth for ourselves and to make that choice our reality in our day-to-day, in the big moments, in the little moments. Because what I know for sure is the world needs that truth of each and every one of us now more than ever. So may we give thanks in our hearts for the blessing of spiritual community, for the blessing of the person sitting next to you, for the blessing of our faith, for the blessing of our wobbly moments, to remind ourselves that Lucy is temporary, but Muffin is here to stay, and we are that truth. And so let us go forward in this day empowered with that knowingness, anchored in that gratitude, and fully recognizing the gift that we are. And so with that, I give thanks, knowing that God is good all of the time, and so are we. And so with that, we release this prayer into the law, knowing that it is done, and so, and together we say, and so it is. Amen.
All right, and I just want to thank my wife, my wife Lucy, for praying us out. And I want to thank all of you for coming today and spending this morning with me. I am so grateful to have had this opportunity to share with you. Thank you, everybody online. And I think Anna's going to come back up here, and she's got more info for us.
Thank you so much, Denise. I was looking and thinking that there was another song, so I was hesitating. Well, you can do that. Do you want to do that now before our... Okay, all right. Thank you. As you could see, we had a little bit different schedule today, and sometimes that's really refreshing to have a new way of approaching the service. So this is the time in our service when we refocus our energy and we think about the ways that we support Columbine. And one of the things that we always like to do is to say our purpose statement together. And there it is. Thank you, Lisa. We've been keeping you on your toes up there in the booth today. So please, let's say our purpose statement together. We commit to increasing our spiritual awareness, diversifying our community, manifesting our highest potential, and positively impacting the world. And as you all know, one of the ways that we can do that is by supporting Columbine financially, because everything, we have to pay our bills like you do at home, and we are self-sustaining. So at this time in our service, you are invited to share of your financial largesse, and you can either place something in the offering bag as it moves through the sanctuary, or you have a lot of other ways that you can share with us, either sending a check in the mail or doing a regular online transaction, whatever works for you. There's also a QR code attached to the offering bag if that's a way for you to do that right now. So please help me by saying our offering blessing together. God's love has always met and will always meet all my needs. I give freely, I receive abundantly, and I am grateful. And we receive very gratefully everything that you share with us. We're very appreciative and try to be the very, very best stewards of every cent that we can be. So as we are now passing the offering bags through, let's turn and give a wave to our online friends. Thank you for being here. We're so glad we have the technology that allows this. And if you're here for the first time, or the first time in a long time, welcome to the sanctuary, and know that we do gather in Foss Hall afterwards to just commune together and have a little nibble of something, and I'm in there with my laptop in case anybody needs help with anything. Okay, let's get on to our community news today. So, as Denise said, at 11:30 today, we're going to reassemble here, whoever's interested, and Denise is going to provide us a quick mini concert of some of her beautiful music that she was not able to share during our service. So come to Foss Hall for a little break and then come on back. We'll be glad to welcome you in. Fourth Friday is coming up, and I think you're probably getting familiar with this concept that we're bringing in practitioners and thinkers of different modalities and different ways of approaching spirituality. So the one for July is on Friday, July 20th. Is that the 26th? Yes, the 26th, and that's this coming Friday, and that will be a kirtan. So details are in your Thursday email update, and if you have any questions, you can check in with me as well. And now I would like to welcome up Earl Hauserman. He's going to give us an update about Colorado Feeding Kids.
Thank you, Ann. Hello, everybody. Well, I've got some good news and some bad news. So I'll give you the good news. We met our goal financially. And it's because of you. And you did a fantastic job. So we bought the food. It's coming in. Now for the bad news. We only have about 45 people signed up. And we're really shooting for somewhere around 90. That means I need 45 more people. You know, I was going to bring a picture to show you where we took my kids in the neighborhood and grandkids, and we went down to the warehouse for one of these packs. And I got grandkids that are 8, 9, 10, 13. They all loved it. They had a fantastic time because it moves, it's fast, and they're doing something for other people. Bring your kids. Bring your grandkids. Make it a family affair. We're going to have lunch afterwards. Well, if you bring the food. We're going to have lunch afterwards, and it'll be a real get-together. It's not a big thing. It's 2.5 hours. You're done. 15 minutes to clean up, and then we bring out the food. And you will have packed 40,000 meals. That's a lot of food. But we have 45,000 kids in the metro area that are in, the Category 1 schools. That's the schools that provide lunch and breakfast. But they don't give them anything to go home on the weekends with. And what this is designed to do is to be part of a package that they'll take home on the weekend so they have food. That's what we're doing. I need your help. And all you men that belong to various men's clubs and those that don't, come on early, 8 o'clock, 8:15, because we have to set up and be ready for 9:30 to roll this thing out. Saturday, Foss Hall. Hope to see you all there.
Thank you, Earl. It is really fun. Yes, it is. And as Earl said, the many hands make the work go really quickly. And it's just such a pleasure to see what comes in on the one side of Foss Hall, and then the flurry of activity inside, and then what comes out to the patio and is ready to then be delivered to the warehouse. It's kind of a little transformation right there. So you are invited to share in that. And Earl, a huge thank you to you and to Beth for stepping up as your co-leader now. Okay, so the women's retreat is coming soon, and there's a lot of reasons that you might attend the women's retreat, but I want to just highlight a few of them for you. So one of them is that your investment of time and the retreat fee will get you started on what we are calling the road trip within. I hope you enjoyed the video last week. We're not showing that again this week. But if you've been asking yourself, are we there yet with your spiritual journey, then please join us for this adventure together, because what we're going to do is, in a multi-generational model, we are bringing together activities and speakers who will help us with new spiritual practices or remind us of ones that we may have left by the wayside or just cemented the ones that we're using. And it's also a valuable opportunity for you to connect not just with yourself, but also with other women of Columbine. And that is one of the things that's valuable about any of these smaller group activities in our larger community. You also will have a chance to practice some new ways. And I'm a big fan of that, having done a lot of trainings for parents and teachers, practicing, because you can hear the words and whoosh, in one ear and out the other, but when you practice in what feels like real time, it can make a very big difference. And then the other thing is those practices help you stay in the driver's seat. And we're going to have fun in doing all of this. So there's a few logistics. Our own fabulous Laura Berman is leading the music and movement, so we're going to be high-powered at times and then very soft and heart-centered at other times. A deadline is fast approaching as far as lunch. We need to know by Friday afternoon if you are registered and what your lunch choice is. Registration will remain open after that if there are still spaces, but we can't guarantee you lunch. So keep that in mind, Friday afternoon. And you're welcome to invite friends or family. We are open to the community. That's one of the ways that we are trying more and more to reach out. We're seeking a few more volunteers to help with logistics, so you can email me or see me in Foss Hall afterwards. And we do have an angel fund with a few partial scholarships. So if the fee is what's holding you back, please speak with me. And then we are organizing this in a way that our intention is to engage everyone, regardless of where you are on your spiritual journey or your age or your experience with unity principles. That will all be woven through. So if you have any questions, look for me in Foss Hall. And then the final thing is that today your Board of Trustees is meeting. So if you have any questions or compliments, please look someone up. It's going to be a busy afternoon here. Okay, now normally, who are our prayer chaplains today? Tink. Okay, Tink, you're it. And Lena. Thank you for stepping in, Lena. So they will be available to you after the service. And so what we're going to do now is Denise has another song for us, and then we will do the prayer for protection, or the peace song, and then the prayer for protection. Thank you.
Gonna take in this life wide awake. Open my eyes and my heart to the world in brilliant new ways. Watch all the colors combine and explode. Let them fill in my hands and my heart till overflows. I know those words usually. You know what? Let's stop that first.
All my pain.
That's okay. You know what? I'm going to be back here in a half an hour anyway to sing songs to you. So let's go ahead and sing the peace song. Do you want to do the prayer for protection first? No? Okay. I'm just going to change up all the order this morning.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Bless you, everybody. Have a great Sunday. I hope you see you back again. But we're going to do the prayer for protection right now. God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
I am my own special creation. So come take a look, give me the hook or the ovation.